Your friend Blake is waiting in the studio. Let's let him in, and you introduce him.
Yeah, so this is my buddy Blake. I've known him for a very long time. We're good friends. We talk about football all the time. He's a huge Packers fan, so I had a very enjoyable season last year talking football with him. He used to watch all of these and he used to be in the comment section talking about Christian Kirksey and other relevant Packers players. And he recently reached out to Grant, and Grant wanted to bring him on to talk about the Packers game that hopefully still happens, given that A.J. Dillon now is in COVID protocol. So he knows a lot about football. I love talking about football with him, and here he is.
So you guys are thinking about starting a podcast, which is cool. So watch that. Look out for that. But for today, Blake we'll call him the Packers correspondent. So we're going to get into the matchup, but I think it'd be fun to start off by ranking quarterbacks in the NFL, sort of like a big picture NFL and concept. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's stock is way down. Aaron Rodgers' stock is up. You guys take it away. Where would you rank? Just rank the quarterbacks in the NFL. Tier them up.
I was doing this as an exercise, right? I sent it to both of you guys, actually. I had a little bit of free time. There was one late night. I had nothing to do. Yeah, it's kind of sad that that's what I did in my free time, but hey, coronavirus does that to you. I was just sitting on my bed and I was thinking about it because, like, there's so many good quarterbacks in the NFL. And you start listing the names, and guys that you think are like top 10 quarterbacks for sure actually end up like 13, 14 just because of how many good quarterbacks there are. So I thought it was crazy. I think ranking them by numbers definitively is hard. I think the best way to do it is tiers. And so I did put numbers on my quarterbacks when I sent it to you guys. I think tiers is the way to go. So, Blake, why don't you start off by telling me who do you think are the tier 1 quarterbacks in football right now?
So my tier 1, starting with the first, I would say Russell Wilson. I think both you guys would have that too. I mean, just not only this year, but like last year too, you saw him just drag that just horribly injured Seahawks team. And this year again, I mean, he's on pace for, I think, like 60 touchdowns or something, which is just ridiculous.
That's it?
Yeah.
Come on.
Number 2, I would say Mahomes. 3 would be Rodgers, especially, this year he's been I still think he's been as good as he has in the last few years as this year, but maybe the team around him wasn't as good. And then 4th,
I never really liked his weapons. Yeah, keep going. I like Adams,
4th, I would go with Brady, probably 4th. And then Lamar 5, I think. I don't know if I'm forgetting it, but that'd be my first tier.
When I did it, I think I had 4 guys in my first tier, and I went Russ, Mahomes. I always got to put Tom Brady in there. I'm sorry. Tom Brady's got to look like an absolute bum before I admit he's not a tier 1 quarterback. That's just my thing. Maybe I'm biased, but I've never seen anything like him. I still think he's so good. And I had obviously – so it was – what did I say? I said Rodgers, Russ, Mahomes, and Brady. I didn't have Lamar there. And I think yesterday worked in my favor a little bit, but I think Lamar is still a stud. And then tier 2, when I was
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I get to talk tier 2. I would put Ben Roethlisberger in tier 1. I would still say Ben Roethlisberger in tier 1. But I mean, 7-0. His quarterback rating is 99. He missed a year. He ain't dead yet. I like Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey, you know there's not a bigger fan of Ben Roethlisberger than this guy.
Kyle apparently.
Yeah, my hot take. Ben Roethlisberger is a better all-time great quarterback than Drew Brees. I really believe it. It's my hot take.
Drew Brees got to play. He got to play in a dome. He got to play with Sean Payton. All right, tier 2.
Tier 2.
It's a big tier.
So I when I listed my tier 2, I actually came out with like 9 names, and that's ridiculous to me. But I think they're all deserving. I had in no particular, like I guess in somewhat of an order, but I had Deshaun Watson, Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Matt Ryan, Ryan Tannehill, Big Ben Roethlisberger, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow. And it might be a little premature to put 8 games and Drew Brees. Apologies. I'd moved Drew Brees to tier 2, but it might be a little premature to put Herbert and Burrow in the tier 2 of quarterbacks.
So I got another name for tier 2, but
and so early. Oh, okay. I'm interested.
I got another name for tier 2.
Okay.
Blake, is there anyone that Vish is leaving out? Blake, first, you.
I'm trying to think. I on the Herbert and Burrow part, I would definitely throw them in there as of now from what we've seen. I mean, Burrow, he's getting killed behind that O-line, and I don't know if Zach Taylor's the best play caller. They do have some pretty decent weapons, but I think he's been a stud so far. And same with Herbert too. Herbert has been killing it. I mean, Anthony Lynn, again, the head coach has been kind of letting them down. They've blown leads due to their defense, but he's been slinging it to, I mean, there's touchdowns that are like 50 yards and it's to like some no-name guy. Like, I feel like that happens every week, but
yeah, his deep ball is a layup. His deep ball is a layup.
I got an name. You guys aren't going to like the name, but you're going to disagree with me, but I don't care.
All right,
Phillip Rivers is a tier 2 quarterback still. He's 5-2. He is completing 69.7% of his passes. He's averaging 8.1 yards per attempt. His quarterback rating is 97. He's still one of the more consistent quarterbacks in the league, although his consistency is not you know what you're getting from Phillip Rivers, but I think he's still Phillip Rivers. I think he's still Phillip Rivers. If he was tier 2 3 years ago, he's tier 2 now.
You think he benefits a lot from that O-line? Because
absolutely.
I don't know. When
he's
see him play, like,
if you don't have an O-line.
If he doesn't have that close O-line, he's kind of just a statue sitting back there. Like
Frank Reich is a hell of a play caller. He is really good.
But he still is one of the more accurate quarterbacks in the league. He still is. He still is.
Probably.
That's an elite trait.
It is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could have him in there.
And he doesn't get hurt
next year.
He's old as hell, and he doesn't get hurt. He's never missed a game ever. Yeah,
he's unreal. He's competitive. I don't know. There's just something with Phillip Rivers that I just question if you can actually ever win long term with Rivers. And it's really a tough generalization to make about him because he was stuck with the Chargers, which who wins with the Chargers?
Win it this year? No, he's not going to win this year. No. But they're 5-2.
Yeah.
Their defense has been like a top 5 defense too. Don't forget that.
Right.
I mean, they just hand the ball off and then just let their defense do their thing. But also, the thing with Phillip is he turns it over in just like the worst moments. I feel like
he does.
Like, kind of like Kirk Cousins-esque, where just like prime time, big stage, biggest moment. Like, I don't know, he just turns it over.
I mean, how many games ended last year with, oh, the Chargers are coming back, they're driving down the field. Oh, Phillip Rivers threw another interception.
Yeah. Too many.
Here's the difference. Like, Phillip Rivers has no problem throwing the pick when he's down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers, he'll be down 2 touchdowns. That's the way I look at him. He'll be like, my quarterback rating is 109 right now. I don't really have to force the issue right now. Like, if we lose, no one's going to say I played bad. But that's, again, me watching like 8 of his games when I covered him. I always like picked the Packers to win. So like by the fourth quarter, I'm like, all right, Aaron, make me look good. And I never felt like he was going to go for broke the way that Favre did or the way that Rivers did. And if they throw a pick that's like, well, whatever, man, I was trying. Sorry. What do you want from me?
I think the other thing with Rivers is that a lot of his picks, it's like his arm is it's
whack. It's terrible.
And he throws the football with so much anticipation. Sometimes he throws that ball so early that by the time that ball gets to where he's getting it to, everything that he saw when he threw it has totally changed, and it's just a pick.
Okay, I don't want to lose the whole audience while we talk about Phillip Rivers because I know Niner fans do not.
Yeah, no.
Let's get to tier 3 and talk about Jimmy, and then we'll get into the matchup coming up.
Yeah, so tier 3 to me is like all similar guys. I think they're all the same kind of quarterback. I think a couple of them are more physically gifted, but I think tier 3 and tier 4 are kind of the same level, except tier 4 is all the young, unproven guys. A couple of them maybe are just duds, proven that way, and a couple of them we don't know enough yet. But tier 3 to me is the Derek Carrs. I still have Cam Newton there. I don't know where he is now. I really don't know. Kirk Cousins. I had Phillip Rivers. I had Jimmy. I had Teddy Bridgewater, and I had Jared Goff. I thought they were all kind of the same kind of player to me. I mean, Goff was just pathetic versus the Dolphins yesterday, but he also throws a nice ball when he's protected. Jimmy's had his moments when he's nice. Derek Carr
when he's healthy, he's tier 3. Jimmy is tier 3 when he's healthy. Yes.
Derek Carr is really, really talented physically. He's got a really good arm and he's really mobile, but he's got his own set of issues upstairs and with John Gruden. I don't know about all those things. But yeah, and I like Kirk Cousins actually. I hate Kirk Cousins' personality. I don't want him to be the quarterback of my team, but I think he's a good player. I think he's often just kind of a media target when he's not as bad as I guess people make it out to be until this season.
Kirk Cousins is the 9th highest rated quarterback of all time. A stat that makes you throw up in your mouth. Thank you, Kirk. All right. Should we get into this game? Aaron Rodgers is the 2nd highest rated quarterback of all time. You know who number 1 is?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. These are qualified players. I don't know how many games.
Did he pass him this year? Because Rodgers had the lead by a lot. Like
his whole career, I feel like.
I don't know. How many seasons do you have to play before you qualify for the stat? I don't know. Like, you have to do like 50 starts, or I don't know what it is. But now it's Russell Wilson.
You know who would be up there if he qualifies?
Who?
If you just take stats
Jimmy?
right now. Yeah.
Jimmy? Yeah. That's true. Although, you know who's the highest rated quarterback on the Niners this season? Big Nick Mullins.